At the foot of a mighty volcano stands the ancient city of Pompeii, a city once alive, now frozen in time for nearly 2,000 years. In these ruins, every broken wall, every empty street, and every silent stone whispers of a world that once flourished with laughter, trade, and dreams. What you see today is not just a city of ruins, but a ghost of the Roman Empire, preserved in haunting silence beneath the shadow of Mount Vesuvius. At the foot of Mount Vesuvius, there once stood a city that pulsed with life, Pompeii. Nearly 2,000 years ago, its streets were alive with the chatter of merchants, the laughter of children, and the rhythm of Roman civilization. Villas shone with paintings and mosaics, markets overflowed with goods, and bathhouses echoed with voices. But today, all that remains are ruins, silent, motionless, frozen in time. Pompeii is not just a lost city. It is a powerful reminder of how, in a single moment, nature can change the fate of an entire civilization. August 24, 79 AD. A day carved into history. Without warning, Mount Vesuvius exploded with unimaginable force. A deafening roar filled the air as fire and smoke shot miles high into the sky. Within moments, daylight vanished, replaced by a terrifying darkness. Ash and pumice stones rained down like a storm, crushing rooftops and filling the streets. People ran in panic, some clutching their children, others praying to the gods, but the chaos was unstoppable. Hours later, a wave of burning gas and ash raced down the mountain, faster than any man could run. In that single day, Pompeii, a city full of joy, culture, and life, was buried beneath a blanket of death, its voice silenced for eternity. For almost 17 centuries, Pompeii lay hidden, buried deep beneath layers of ash and stone. People built towns and villages nearby, never realizing that an entire Roman city was sleeping just below their feet. Then, in the 18th century, curious explorers and archaeologists began to dig. What they uncovered was astonishing. Streets perfectly preserved, houses standing with painted walls, temples frozen in time, and everyday objects waiting as if their owners had just left moments ago. But the most haunting discovery came later: the plaster casts. As archaeologists poured plaster into hollow spaces left in the hardened ash, the shapes of human bodies appeared. Men, women, and children, captured in their final struggle for survival. Some were covering their faces, some were reaching for safety, and some lay holding their loved ones in a final embrace. These casts are not just discoveries. They are voices from the past, showing us the human side of this tragedy with heartbreaking clarity. Today, Pompeii stands not only as ruins but as a window into the everyday lives of people who lived 2,000 years ago. Unlike other ancient cities that faded slowly, Pompeii was sealed in a single moment, preserving even the smallest details of Roman life. On the walls we can still read graffiti, messages carved by ordinary citizens, jokes, names of lovers, and even political slogans. In the ancient ovens, archaeologists found loaves of bread, hardened by time but still intact, as if waiting to be eaten. Frescoes painted in bright colors still glow with scenes of gods, nature, and daily pleasures, showing us the beauty that filled Roman homes. Walking through Pompeii today is like stepping into a living photograph of the past. The streets, the shops, the temples. Everything tells us that these were not just ruins, but once a vibrant city full of people who laughed, dreamed, worked, and loved, just as we do. Pompeii is more than history. It is a reminder that while time moves on, human hopes and emotions remain the same. Pompeii is more than just an ancient city. It is a timeless reminder of how fragile human life and civilization truly are. In a single day, nature's fury erased a city that had taken centuries to build. Families, dreams, and stories vanished in moments. And yet, within that destruction, something remarkable happened. Pompeii was preserved. Buried under ash, it became a silent messenger, carrying forward the voices of the past into our present. When we walk through its streets today, we do not just see ruins. We see the hopes and fears of people who lived 2,000 years ago. Pompeii warns us of nature's unstoppable power, but it also gives us a gift: the chance to learn, to connect, and to remember that history is not only about empires and kings, but about ordinary people like us. Even in silence, Pompeii speaks, and its message travels across centuries. Life is precious, fragile, and worth cherishing every single day.